which leads us a little farther west, actually, now that we've begun to travel and we're strangers everywhere. We become cowboys. And the funny thing about cowboys is they take on such a huge mythic part of our heritage. We think of the West and cowboys, but the truth is the whole age of the cowboys was only about 20 years, from about 1870 or 75 until about 1890. And by then, the rise of big business had pretty much wiped out the need for the cattle drives and the cowboys. And yet that 15 or 20 year period looms very large in America's sense of itself. So this is a song from that time period. Let's see. As I walked out in the streets of Laredo, as I walked out in Laredo one day, I spied a young cowboy wrapped up in white linen, wrapped up in white linen and cold as the clay. I see by your outfit that you are a cowboy. Well, I see by your outfit you are a cowboy too. We see by our outfits that we are both cowboys. If you get an outfit, you can be a cowboy too. And now, the point there is, cowboy songs on guitar are really kind of dumb. If you've ever seen any of those Roy Rogers movies or Gene Autry movies, incidentally, Gene Autry, before he owned teams and television and radio stations, was actually a cowboy star. He became a huge hit for singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. He was the originator of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. That's where he made his millions. And he was a cowboy star. And he used to be sitting there on his horse, you know, and he'd be riding along singing, I'm back in the saddle again, out where the Indians are friends. You know. But it was really stupid. Can you imagine guys riding around on horses trying to keep cows from stampeding? Didn't happen. If they had guitars at all, they put their guitars on the chuck wagon and rode them around and then played them sitting on the campfire. They would be a really stupid cowboy to ride with his fairly expensive guitar on his horse. But they did make music. And it made sense because you could carry this around, you know, and if something happened, you just went. You know, it wasn't really a problem. And if you lost it, that was okay too. They only cost 50 cents. Of course, now they're about $14 for the same piece. That's all I do, just that one train sound. It's 11. Okay. That's not the one I'm going to do. I'm going to do a cowboy kind of song, and the reason it was cool is because you could be riding along, you could be trying to keep the horses, and you could just, you know. Okay, and if the cows didn't like that, you could actually use your hands.